I want to dive right into the fat of of our conversation today, which is Fat the documentary. Like I said, I've been watching this thing come together with great interest because um, my story includes a run in with the documentary back 7-8 years ago that really put me on the wrong path. One of the first kind of health things that I ran into was fat, sick, and nearly dead. And I spent a month or two juicing everything. I lost weight, but good grief, I felt miserable. I've seen firsthand the power of a documentary to kind of, to put some hope, like maybe this is a problem that I can fix. And the idea that we can have a documentary that actually tells the truth, because there's just not a whole lot of these, these that exist out there. I'm excited to see this happen. So can you tell us a little bit, like, where did this idea come from?
Actually, it's funny you should mention Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, because I remember watching, no one told me to watch it. I happened to see it, I think on an airplane or something. I can't remember, but I went, oh, let's see what's doing here. And I have a really good bullshit meter. And I'm watching it, and it's like this guy, he says, okay, I'm from Australia or New Zealand or something, and I'm going to juice but I'm going to juice my way across the United States. I'm going to put a blender in the trunk of my car. And right there, I said to myself, why is he juicing his way across the United States? It didn't play right in my head, but I just kept watching because why not? And then he meets a trucker in a truck stop, and he does what everybody does. He just happened to give a trucker his phone number,
Well,
right?
sure.
And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Whenever I'm in a truck stop, I'm always handing my phone number out to truckers, to just odd people. So that took me by, I was like, why did he give that trucker his phone number? Because I watch everything in a literal fashion. I can only see life that way. And then it's like, well, this movie's not going anywhere. And he goes back to Australia and he goes, wouldn't you know it, this trucker happened to call me and said, right, I want you to save my life. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. This is a hoax from the beginning, right? And this is another go vegan, eat, blend a bunch of vegetables is going to save your life. I went, I can't believe I've been duped again by a movie, right? But,
right,
people like yourself, a lot of people, you were 200 pounds heavier. You're going, wait a minute, this super fat trucker got in shape. Maybe I can get in shape, right?
Right.
Well, the last time that happened to me was when the movie What the Health came out. That movie came out, and the guy at the beginning, Kip, I guess you would call him the protagonist in the movie, he's kind of running the show. And if you watch the first couple of minutes, Kip says, hey, I'm just a guy, and I was just looking around for the best diet, and someone just sort of mentioned something called vegan, and I thought maybe I kind of look into it. Who knew that this is the best way to eat? And I'm watching this going, no, you're Kip from Cowspiracy. Exactly. You know what this is. You're lying. You were in another movie with the same propaganda. So right from the get-go, I went, okay, this is a lie, because this guy is pro-vegan. He's pro-PETA. He's in bed with all these vegan people, and he's lying at the top of the movie going, hey, bro, I was just looking around and vegan fell into my lap. Right. And I'm watching this going, here we go again. And then I watched the movie, and it was one lie after another on top of lies, and then lies on top of lies. And someone came to me and said, okay, big guy, why don't you do a movie, but do the opposite of this? And I said, no, that would be a lie too. For me to go, hey man, I'm Vinnie, and I was just walking around, and I tried a piece of meat, and I went, voila! And meat is what you should do. And then I start all this propaganda with meat. I couldn't do that,
Right.
right? So what I decided to do was go out, collect all the data, and then just put it out there for people to see. Because everybody likes to go back 50 years because that's the beginning of Ansel Keys, when Ansel Keys started his reign on the government, and to get all the stuff, all the laws passed to make meat almost considered a carcinogen. I decided to go back to the 1860s and look at what happened when Lincoln was still in office, basically, right? And let's look at what's going on and what happened in the 1860s and bring that forward and show this long journey of how we became so fat and so out of shape and have people with blood pressures like yours, right? And
Right.
I got all the experts, all the top experts from around the world, and put them in a movie to help me tell this story.